Hi Bear Squad, we're here in Seoul, South Korea, and in this video we're going to discuss a lot about the cafe culture and the coffee love that South Koreans have here in Seoul. A lot of people don't know that Seoul has over 18,000 cafes in this city. That's one cafe for every 600 people. It's a city of 10 million. They just absolutely love their coffee, but even more than that, they love their cafes. And that's what we're going to explore today in this video. If you're wondering which city in the world has the most Starbucks, well, we're standing here right now in Seoul, in South Korea, where they have the most Starbucks stores other than any other city in the world. So why does Seoul have the most Starbucks in the world? Well, they're obsessed with coffee. But not just coffee, but cafe culture as a whole. There are just so many. Wherever you look, you'll find cafes. And because Seoul has different levels of shops, so each building will have different levels, you'll find cafes on every level. So it's impossible to count how many cafes there are here, but in the last study, people do say over 18,000. I would give that number even, you could double it now in 2019. There's just so many wherever you look. It's incredible. So to check out exactly how many cafes Seoul has, I've come to the Hapjeong area, which is just near Hongdae, which is a really popular district. Let's see how many cafes we can spot just walking around this area. This is what I mean by hidden cafes. There's one just down here. How do you count that? Here's another cafe, 2 seconds down. Cafe, and then it's also a city of restaurants as well too. Every second place is a cafe or a restaurant. Another little cafe here as well too. Cupcake cafe. So the reason behind the cafe culture, there's a few reasons. The main reason is just the culture, the Korean culture. For one, they don't have 3-course meals, so after they go out for dinner, the best place to get a dessert is usually a cafe. Another cafe just over there, another cafe on that corner, another cafe here as well, this one here. There's another cafe across there. Another reason is people often stay until marriage in a little apartment with their family, so the best place to hang out with friends and partners is also cafes. So cafes is just used as a space for everything, also as a space for studying. Koreans study late into the night, and so it's a great place to stay for hours as you study. And another reason is the coffee. Koreans also work late, so they just need the energy for a coffee during the day. So caffeine is another reason. There's many reasons why cafes are so popular here. Another cafe on that corner there. This cafe we're coming up right now, Idia Coffee, is the biggest cafe chain in South Korea. Just next to Starbucks too. Starbucks and Idia are really, really big. Another cafe here, and it's another cafe, Tarquin. So we keep a count. We need to have a counting meter here so we can make sure to keep count of all these cafes. Another one right next to it as well too. There's just so many places around the Hapjeong area. You got to go down all the streets. You actually got to watch in Korea. Sometimes there's no sidewalks, so got to hug the cars in the corners as you're walking around. So we've been talking a lot about cafes. I think it's time we actually try one out. I've been hankering for some coffee, so let's step into one of these and see what their coffee is like. I don't know what count we're up to in the cafes, but there's been a fair few. Another one up there. Cafe the Bridge, it's actually quite big, it's the whole thing. Oh, there's a cute little one down there. Hello stranger. I think this might be the one that I go to. Looks pretty cool. I like it. I like the vibe of this one. It looks cool. Here's the next one. So all of these cafes I've been showing you have literally been about a 3-block radius. So very walkable, about 10 minutes walk. So many in such a small amount of space, and it's like that all over Seoul. So here's another very big chain, Holly's Coffee. You'll see them a lot everywhere in Seoul, and it's usually 2 levels. think I'm going to go back to those other two cafes that we just saw just around the corner. The Hello Stranger, I think it was called. That looks pretty comfy, pretty cool, pretty dim. I like the vibe of it outside as well. So let's see what their coffee's all about. Another cafe just across the road where I'm going. So I finally got into this cafe, Hello Stranger, and I really like the vibe of this place. Coffee was, I think, 4,500, which seems to be about the price you get for coffee, the average, I would say. 4,500, maybe 5,001. It can get pretty expensive here in Seoul for its coffee, but it was pretty good. Have a look at this mug. It's cool as. Love the look of it. One good thing I love about Korea is that you get pretty large size coffees. So this is a cafe latte, pretty massive, and also the taste of it as well too. Coffee in Seoul is amazing because there's so much cafes. Because there's so much cafes, there's also so much competition as well too. So they've really upped their coffee game here in Seoul, and every cup of coffee just feels amazing, bliss. Another thing I love also is the ability to stay here for a long time, and that's cemented by the fact that you see a lot of plugs, very easily accessible to recharge your electronics. Also the fact that there's Wi-Fi, always Wi-Fi, and those things really help for you to kind of relax more in the cafe and use the cafe for your purpose, whether it be a business meeting, relaxing with friends, with your partner, studying, or just like me right now, just making a video. So we've checked out the cafes in Hapjeong, and there are many, but there's also some very well-known cafe streets with so many cafes in Hongdae, so let's check that out now. Just endless coffee places here in Hapjeong. So Tom and Tom's is another very popular place, and it's got like 4 levels. Crazy, massive cafe. Okay, so here we are in one of the cafe streets, straight away, cafe. Let's see how many we can find here in Hongdae. Another one, straight up. Belgian chocolate cafe. And here's another one, right next to it. Coffee fondant cake. Another one up there as well too. Stumbled upon this place in the back streets. Looks pretty cool. You got all the cool elements, cool bike, cute doggies. Hello cute doggy. Acoustic cafe unplugged. Let's check this place out. I think I found my cafe. Look at this. The table is a guitar case, and you can just pick up guitars and practice and play. Definitely found my cafe, guys. It's an acoustic cafe. And there's doggies here too, so amazing. Wow, I just found my favorite cafe in all of Seoul. It was so cool. It's like an acoustic cafe where you can just pick up your guitar and just practice, play, just do whatever you want. It's really, really cool. Of course, it's a good place also for beers too, so beers on tap, so definitely recommend it for a place just to hang on your own with friends, having a beer, having a coffee. My favorite place so far in Hongdae. Another coffee place, I've heard this one's actually quite good, Taylor Coffee. Another little cafe here. Plenty of places here in the back streets, and it's a lot more quiet too, so you can find some hidden gems. Another little cafe. So many times I've found coffee places side by side here in Hongdae. So I'm on my way home now. There's another Holly's Coffee. They're absolutely everywhere. Just all the way on my way home, I'll see another 1,000 cafes. That's Seoul. That's it for me. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.